sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I was feeling insecure. You might not love me anymore. I was shivering inside. I was shivering inside. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy.
Hey guys, great to see you, Joe here, and welcome to another video, and thanks ever so much indeed for joining me, yeah? Now, that was my rendition of a song by John Lennon called Jealous Guy, and I'm sure you're all familiar with this song. Now, as you probably noticed on the performance, a lot of the chords for the bulk of the song are there. But there are a couple of kind of little elements that you may also like to know. So let me zoom in and kind of talk you through the song, because in that performance there, the chords are coming quite fast at you. So for anybody who's struggling with that, I'm going to break it down for you in a little bit of detail so you can better follow what's happening within the song. So let's zoom in and let me start showing you. Okay, so let's start with the intro, yeah? That wasn't covered with the chords in the beginning of the performance there. So let me just quickly kind of run through the chords for the intro. We have a G major to an E minor to a D. And then we have kind of a sus4 into a D7 and then an E minor. Okay, so that's just your kind of basic intro to the song. Now you'll probably notice that when I played it, I played like a finger-picked intro. And this is tabbed out over at Patreon if you're interested in kind of what was happening there. But essentially it's the same chord, so it's just that it's kind of finger-picked, so we have more of a... Okay, so it's all the same, it's just that I'm picking out the melody. We have a G, just trying to emulate the piano a little bit here. So we've got this to E minor, and then we have this into a D, to a D7, and back into an E minor. Okay? So that's the intro. There's nothing too difficult about that. Like I say, if you're interested in the kind of tabbed out version of that intro, then you can find that over at Patreon. Now, essentially, really what you're looking to do within this song is just verses and choruses, okay? And so let's take a look at a verse. So we have a G, E minor, and D. Okay, now that little quick bit there is just a D, a D sus4 into a D7, so we've got, if it's slowed down, okay, so we've got G, E minor, to a D, to the D7 and an E minor, and then we have this going into this kind of E minor 6 position, okay? So it's just like an E minor there. And we place the index on the second string first fret, and then we place it on the second fret second string. Okay? So we've got, you're probably familiar with that in the song. back to a D, and then to an E minor, and to a C. Okay, so the whole verse now with all those little kind of nuances in it, if you like. G, E minor, D, D7, E minor, E minor 6, hold it, to a D, to an E minor, and to a C. And that's the verses essentially, okay? Now, when you kind of are playing this D, you'll often find that there's a sus4, like there is there. And there are various kind of forms of D throughout the song. Okay, so that's your verse. Then we have the chorus, and the timing changes slightly. Each chord is played for kind of 2 beats. So we have G, 1, 2, F, 1, 2, to C, 1, 2, to D, 2, back to G, 2, to F, 2, to B flat. Okay, so that's your difficult chord. And then you have this drop down. Okay, so that's just a B flat note, this root here, and that's the 1st fret 5th string. Then an open A, then a G, then a D with an F sharp. That just means putting your thumb over the top to play that 6th string 2nd fret, to an E minor, then to a D, and then to a C, and then to a G. Okay, so just running through that chorus one more time. G, F, C, D, G, F, E flat, 2, 3, G, D with an F sharp, E minor, D, and C, and G. And that's your chorus. So the song is made up of just those 2 figures, a verse and a chorus, okay? That's with the intro aside, because we've already looked at the intro. And then the only other thing you need to think about is that at the very end of the song, it just goes between C and G. I'm just a jealous guy, look out. I'm just a jealous guy, watch out. I'm just a jealous guy. Okay, so it's just cycling between C and G, as I say, and it's more of a feel thing than anything. So as ever, always have a listen to the original and try and play along. That always kind of helps pull a song together. Now, I suppose, in terms of other tips for the song and things, you got to remember that John plays this on the piano, which is why I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a different intro on it. But I think that generally speaking, just a very straightforward strum pattern works quite nicely, and mainly downstrokes, So if I was going through a verse, we've got... Obviously there are some upstrokes there are quite a few, but it's down to you to kind of find your way with it really. Okay, just feel free. You need that freedom to express yourself. It's not always a great idea to copy exactly what you hear all the time, but rather to come up with something of your own, put your own mark on the song, as I often say. Okay, now that's all the chords and everything that you really need to know. If you're looking for a little bit more information, then the whole chord arrangement and the tabs are over at Patreon, where there's a link down below to that and you can check that out. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop those down below. So it's a very short one, this, guys. I hope that it helps you. Everything's been covered there pretty much, and I look forward to seeing you soon with another lesson. Thank you very much indeed for watching.